Man, that was ugly. Ugh. The Niners fall to the Cowboys 41-33. Man, it's never good losing to the Cowboys. No matter how shitty either of our teams' records are, this rivalry goes back to the 80s into the 90s and, actually all the way to the 70s. 1971 or 1970, 1971 or 1972, the Niners lost three in the playoffs three straight times to the Cowboys, twice in the NFC Championship game, and then once in the NFC Divisional round. And then, the Cowboys kind of had their number in the 70s. And then 1981, the 1982 calendar year, when the Niners won their first Super Bowl against the Cincinnati Bengals in the NFC Championship game, Joe Montana to Dwight Clark, the catch changed the dynamic of this rivalry. It actually made it a rivalry. And, rest in peace, Dwight Clark, of course. It actually became one of the best rivalries in the NFL, hands down. So, you know, you might say now the Seahawks have taken over as being the Niners' best rival, but historically the Cowboys are the Niners' biggest rival. So losing to them, no matter how shitty either of the team's records are, it sucks. It truly does. But the Cowboys start off up 14-0. Nick Mullens is able to find Jordan Reed for a touchdown to make it 14-7, and then later Mullens tosses it to Brandon Ayuk, Brandon Ayuk out of ASU is an absolute fucking monster. He's gonna be tearing it up for the Niners for years to come. You mark my words. So it's 17-17 going into halftime, and then things are looking somewhat bright. Nick Mullens has not had the best game. In general, got he gets hit. His arm gets hit, and then he just fumbles it, and then basically just gives points away to the Cowboys. But he's still been in the game up until the second half, and he's looking somewhat decent. But I'll get into it later. He ends up shitting the bread later. So the Cowboys score a touchdown at the beginning of the half to make it 24-17. Then the Niners are able to bounce back, put together a good drive. Jordan Reed gets a big catch to put the Niners at 1st and goal. And then we see Jeff Wilson Jr. go in the end zone for a touchdown to tie the game at 24. Jeff Wilson Jr. had a good game. Raheem Mostert also had a good game until he, went out. And, a lot of people say, oh, he's injury prone. I think his high ankle sprain has not been fully recovered. He just kind of wanted to come back. But, next year he should be 100% healthy. I don't think Raheem Mostert is really injury prone. I just think that his injury was not fully healed. But Raheem Mostert is going to be a monster. Raheem Mostert is a monster. He's going to be tearing it up for years to come as well. So it's 24-24. Then Nick Mullens, when he sees the ball next, he throws his first interception. And if that does not mean that C.J. Beathard needed to come in right then and there, I just do not know what Kyle Shanahan was thinking. I mean, in the Eagles game, after Nick Mullens throws a pick six down by 3, in the fourth quarter, C.J. Beathard comes in and then he almost wins them the game. So I just do not understand why C.J. did not come in right then and right there. Like, if you're going to bench Mullens in that Eagles game, you actually have to bench Mullens in this Cowboys game. It just makes no sense. You got to be consistent, Kyle. I really think that CJ actually could have won them this game. He even throws a Hail Mary pass at the end with time expiring to Kendrick Bourne. I mean, come on. He actually could have. And I've been more of a Nick Mullens guy than a CJ guy as far as the backup been concerned. But it's a what have you done for me lately type of league. And lately CJ's been proved that he's actually, has the arm and can actually if Mullens struggles, he can actually keep them in the game just from that Eagles game alone. So I just do not understand why we did not see CJ come in, until Nick, got that minor injury at the end. Then, of course, when Mullens saw when the Niners offense saw the ball next, Mullens goes 3 and out, and he throws a bad pass that's almost picked off, and he just throws bad passes. He just does not know what to do with the ball. So, and again, another opportunity for Kyle Shanahan to take out Nick Mullens to put in CJ Beathard, but he doesn't do it. And I just do not get why he didn't do it after his first interception and his second turnover. The Niners could have easily won this game. They probably would have won it if CJ started it. But if you're gonna start Nick Mullens, then fine. Nick's proven that he can, make big plays. Find Brandon Ayuk when he needs to. Usually, he can find, Jordan Reed when he needs to. When George Kittle's healthy, when Deba's healthy, you can find them. He can make plays, but he also, does not make smart decisions. He throws a lot of interceptions. So, but if you're gonna start Nick, then fine. But as soon as he starts to struggle, you gotta bench him. I mean, you did it in that Eagles game, and then you bench Nick. Jimmy ended up coming back the next week, but you had CJB the second string, and you demoted Nick down to third string. So I just don't get the consistency with Kyle. Kyle Shanahan is a great coach, but he just sometimes just makes decisions that just do not make any sense to me whatsoever. It's a shame because this defense actually played really well. Eric Armstead, who has not had the best year, actually got 2 sacks. Emmanuel Mosley was playing well. Kerry Hyder Jr. was playing well. This defense was actually playing well, but they were just on the field for too long, and the turnovers absolutely killed us. And then, of course, Nick ends up throwing another interception, with the game on the line with 2 minutes left to go. And then, pretty much that's a wrap. The Niners actually try to, they make an onside kick, and then the Cowboys recover it for a touchdown. And, CJ at the end does come in, with a few seconds left when Nick gets that minor injury, and he actually throws a Hail Mary pass to Kendrick Bourne with time expiring. It's just a crazy game. 2020 has been a crazy year, but next year, 2021, hopefully the Niners are healthy and, the quarterback situation is figured out. Hopefully Jimmy Garoppolo, is fully healthy and is able to be the starter. But I think they should also draft a quarterback. Hopefully they'll get a good draft pick now and they can draft quarterbacks in case Jimmy's not the answer. So Danny G is out. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone out there. I'm going to be live streaming tonight at 8 or 8:30 or maybe 9 my time. So, we'll talk Niners, we'll talk Christmas, we'll talk all the good stuff. Danny G is out. Peace.